Hello, I'm Horace Douty, pastor of the Oxford Presbyterian Church near Lexington, Virginia, standing in the front doors of the church as I speak to you. Each week I like to give a nature lesson which is very popular far and wide. And I have followers as far away as Luxembourg who communicate with me primarily because of these nature lessons. Today, I want to talk to you about the Joe Pye weed. It's spelled Joe-Pye weed, which is fairly common in the Valley of Virginia and can be found in, I think, almost every state. And when I read the description, quite often it describes the Joe Pye weed as belonging in wetlands. That is not necessarily true. Joe Pye weed enjoys moist feet, but does not require it. This one was growing in the edge of a field, which is just as dry as anywhere you'd want to be. And I have found Joe Pye weed growing at elevations of as much as 4,000 feet and as low as 800 feet. So it's not a picky grower, and it really it has become a very popular garden ornamental and is distinguished because nothing else is quite like a Joe Pye weed. Now this head of blossoms can get as wide as 24 inches from side to side, and the plant itself can grow as tall as 12 feet. Now you don't ordinarily see them cultivated because for some reason the cultivated Joe Pye weed just will not do what the wild ones do, which is really go tall and lush and hardy. But this plant, I want you to see the blossoms. Some of these blossoms have closed and some have not fully opened. And they're always this pale lavender, sometimes a little richer color than others. But you can find them almost everywhere. I mean, if you find one, you'll find a bunch. And what is interesting about the Joe Pye weed is that if you skin off a piece of ground and let it lie barren, quite often Joe Pye weeds will just appear. They're very heavily feasted upon by bees and butterflies, and the seeds stay on the heads in the winter so that birds and small animals can feast on the Joe Pye weed. And it is of no food value for human beings, but of very strong medicinal value. This plant was found to be very effective in treating typhoid fever. So when you got really sick, you went to the medicine man or the tribal hero or the doctor. And I don't know what the recipe is, whether they ground up the leaves or the roots or the flowers, but anyway, it is a concoction that will treat typhoid fever. There is the Joe Pye weed, a proud, tall weed, growing free and wild and beautiful.